Good morning, my favorite yogi people. Happy Friday. So I've gotten some requests for some easier yoga sessions, and all these sessions are right around a half hour, a little bit more than that. Mostly for upload purposes to make it easy to upload. I was in upload hell for about 5 days trying to upload video number 2, and finally discovered that if I make them shorter, then they upload usually in the first try. So cross my fingers. Hopefully this yoga number 5 will upload. So let's bring the legs out in front. Let's get stretched out. Let's inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, forward. And inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, forward. And one more time, inhale up. Exhale, forward. Let's come up and let's bring it to all fours, hands and knees. There's also a couple things I wanted to tell you. So in case you haven't figured that out, I'm doing this on our deck, which is up on the second floor. And there's a road right over there, and people sometimes go by in their bicycles or walking their dogs, and they see me and say, "Hi, Sandy, and what are you doing?" Things like that. So if you notice I'm talking to somebody and you can't figure out what's going on, that's it. So let's round the back all the way up. Exhale out. And then arch the back the other way, coming into cow. That's a big stretch. Back to neutral. Again, round it all the way up. Back to neutral. Arch the other way. And back to neutral. Let's bring the right arm out in front, left leg out behind you into extended cat. So we're just reaching in both directions. Bring everything up a little higher. And then exhale, bring the elbow to your knee, round up the back, stretch it out. And elbow to the knee, stretch it out. Take that right arm, bring it up over behind you. Find your foot and pull it up into tiger pose. Let's bring the hand down. Let's bring the knee all the way forward. Bring it right into pigeon. Toss it up. Sitting up, sending in. Happy Friday. And let's come back up. And let's round up the back again. Exhale out. Arch it the other way, the cow. Back to neutral. Let's bring the left arm out in front, right leg out behind you. And bring everything up a little higher. Exhale, elbow to knee. Stretch it out. I've gotten a couple of requests for today, so we'll work those in. And again, stretch it out. Left arm up over behind you. Find the foot. So feel free to leave a request when you click on the YouTube and see it. And let's bring that knee all the way forward. Bring it into pigeon. Get a hip opener here. Sitting up, settling in, stretching out. Options today, by the way, you might want a block, and you might want a towel. In fact, this is what you could actually put underneath your right hip right now. You can't get all the way down in pigeon. And let's release. Let's go back to all fours, round the back, all the way up. And release. Arch the back the other way. Back to neutral. Let's take your left foot, bring it off to the side, extend your right leg up, and bring it up into a modified side plank. Let's bring that leg up. Bring the elbow to your knee, touch, and send it all the way out. And again, touch, send it all the way out. Come up on that knee, bring the arms parallel to the floor. Slide down, coming into gate. So your hand's going to slide down to the ankle, top arm comes up, comes over, and maybe even all the way over and latch that gate. Nice stretch in the inner thigh here. And inhale up, exhale down, and then take that hand, reach back, find the foot, and get a good stretch into half a bow. Let's release, come back to all fours, hands and knees. around the back, all the way up into cat, and arch the back, other way into cow. Let's do the opposite side. So your right foot is going to come out, left leg stretches out, foot comes off the ground, bring the elbow to the knee, stretch it out, elbow to the knee, stretch it out, come up, and slide down. Top arm comes up, comes over, and again, maybe all the way over. Back up, back down, leg comes up, reach back, find the foot, and stretch it out. Let's release, bring it down to hands and knees, and let's push back into child's pose, stretch it out. Tuck the toes, pull the hips back into downward facing dog. And let's come forward into plank, lower down to chaturanga, pull it up into up dog. Flip the toes, back into down dog. Let's do that again, come forward into plank, lower down, pull it up, flip the toes, back into down dog. Let's come back into plank and bring your left hand to the center. Release the right arm coming up into side plank, Vasisthasana. Options here, you can have your knee in the ground just like we did earlier. Other options for make it harder, you can have the top leg up. Arm comes down. Bring that right foot all the way forward, up into a lunge. And let's release all the way up into a high lunge. So we're on our back toes, stretching up. Taking a couple good breaths here. Let's bring the hands down to heart center and coming lower and lower. Get the hips nice and low and twist off to your right. Tuck the elbow over the knee. Maybe open up the arms here. An option here, maybe your top arm comes up and over, meets up, with the other hand underneath and find it up. Good. Let's release, bring the hands down to the ground, and step back into downward facing dog. Let's come back into plank, lower down to chaturanga, up into up dog, flip the toes, back into down dog. And let's come back into plank, and bring your right hand to the center, and left arm is going to reach up into side plank. Again, options, easier version, right knee down to the ground. Harder version, left leg up. And hold it, arm comes down, left foot is going to come forward, and release all the way up into a high lunge. Stretch up through the spine. This is Rudy. Do the mat terror upper. And bring the hands down to heart center. And lower, and lower, and lower. Twist off to your left. Tuck the elbow over the knees. In. Maybe open up the arms. And maybe top arm comes over. It's up with the right hand. Let's release. Both hands down to the mat. Step back into downward facing dog. Come forward into plank. Down to chaturanga. Up into up dog. Let's bring it back to hands and knees. Round the back all the way up. Exhale out. Arch the back the other way into cow. And back to neutral. And let's take your block, and you want to place it at the front of your mat. Push back into child's pose, stretch it out. And from child's pose, let's tuck the toes, pull the hips up, back into downward facing dog. Come forward into plank. Lower down to chaturanga, up into up dog. Flip the toes, back into down dog. And let's raise the right leg up. Right leg comes forward. Place the foot in between your hands. Left foot is going to come up into warrior one. Try to avoid your cat. Inhale up, exhale, warrior two. Right on the front. And let's reach forward. Flip the right palm up, left hand. Slide down the back of your leg. Inhale up. Back to warrior two. Reach forward, stretch out the right leg. Slide the hand down. Triangle. And let's try a revolve triangle. Optional here, of course. Hinge from the waist. Just kind of windmill the arms. One arm comes up, other arm comes down. And then revolve back. Shift your weight to your right foot. Right hand is going to reach out, find your Kleenex box or the mat, and bring it into half moon. Option here for more challenge. Left hand maybe reaches back, finds the left foot, grab a hold of it. Get a really good stretch here. Let's release both hands, both feet down into standing forward fold. And let's walk your hands off to your right foot. Stretch out the right hamstring. Maybe walk an extra step with your hands. Back to center. Off to your left. And maybe go a little further. Back to center. And let's pull the arms up, bring the hips down, bring it right into chair, Uttanasana. So feet and knees, no more than hip distance apart. Arms reaching up by the ears. And let's inhale up. Swan dive out, exhale down. Inhale up to a flat back, exhale down. Let's hop or walk back into plank. Lower down to chaturanga, pull it up to up dog. Flip the toes, back into down dog. And let's raise the left leg up. Left foot comes forward. In between your hands, right foot flat in the ground. Back into warrior one. Inhale up. Exhale into warrior two. Left arm at the front, right arm behind you. Reach forward, flip the left palm up. And right hand slides down the back of the leg. Nice big stretch to the side here. Inhale up, back into warrior two. Reach forward again. Straighten out the left leg. Slide the hand down. Coming into triangle. And again, option here if you'd like to try a revolve triangle. So you just want to hinge right from the waist. Revolve back. Shift your weight to your left foot. Left hand finds the block or the mat. Bring it into half moon. And again, options, maybe your right hand will reach back. Find the foot, grab a hold of it, and then puff out the chest. Stretch out that leg. You'll feel a nice stretch in that right thigh. Let's release down into standing forward fold. Stretch out backs of the legs. Let's wrap your arms around the legs. Bring your nose to your knees. Maybe get a deeper stretch in those hamstrings. And release down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's reverse swan dive. Sweep the arms all the way up. And open up your feet to about little more of a hip distance apart, so your heels are on the edges of your mat. I'm going to turn so you can see what we're doing here. And feet going off towards the corner of your room, wherever you are. And let's bring the arms into a great big X, and inhale up, exhale down, bend the elbows, bend the knees, stretch through here, stretch through here. Lots of great big stretches. Inhale up, exhale down. This is moonflowers. Nice big hip opener and heart opener, chest opener. Inhale up, exhale down. See if you can pull it up onto your tippy toes. And let's hinge from the waist. Plant the hands on your sides, so elbows are bent. Maybe get a little bit lower here. And stretch out your right arm. You're going to twist towards the right side of your mat. Back to center. Stretch out. Left arm. Twist the other way. Back to neutral. And let's bring the chest up, bring the hands into namaste, and start to lower down. So we're coming lower and lower. Then you can let the heels come all the way down to the ground. Bring right into prayer squat. So for a little more stability here, you can take your elbows, push them into the inside of by your knees. Plant the hands and hop it into a squat. So again, you want to be right up towards the front of your mat. And coming from here into Bakasana, crane. Bend the elbows. And options, easy way. Elbows are bent. Jam your elbows into the inside of your knees. Rock forward, making a shelf with your elbows. Harder version, we're going to lift up the hips a little higher. Come forward, clamp the knees onto your triceps. Forward, arms are straighter. And if you're here and if you're looking about a foot in front of you, you can maybe jump back into plank. Otherwise, walk back, lower down to chaturanga, pull it up into up dog. Flip the toes, back into downward facing dog. Let's drop down to the knees and push back into child's pose. Stretch it out. And from child's pose, let's take both of your forearms and walk them off the mat to your right. So you're taking a step with your forearms. And again, maybe another one. So you're making your way towards your feet. Maybe one more. And walk your hands all the way back to the front. I call that one the New York walk. Since I learned that one in New York. And let's go off to the other side. So again, forearms off the mat to your left. Your elbows to your fingertips. Another step with the forearms. And maybe one more. Let's walk back to the front. Stretch the arms out in front. Tuck the toes, pull the hips up. Back into downward facing dog. We're going to go through our vinyasa. If you'd like more challenge here, you can try raising the right leg up. You want to keep the hips square to the mat. And then we come forward into a plank or a three-legged plank. Down to chaturanga, up into up dog. Back into down dog. And bring the right foot forward, place it in between your hands. And left foot is going to plant flat in the ground, coming up into warrior one. Inhale up, Exhale into warrior two. Let's bring it back into warrior one. Hips square to the mat. And shift your weight to your right foot. Left leg is going to float up behind you. So this one is by request. Left palm, a right palm flips up, left hand is going to reach back, find your foot, and bring it up into the dancer pose. So you make a big kind of Y shape in your body. Let's release, come all the way up. Inhale up, swan dive out, exhale down. Inhale up to a flat back, exhale down. And let's hop or walk back into plank. Fold the hips right back into downward facing dog. Going through our vinyasa again for more challenge. Left leg can reach up, otherwise both feet are on the ground. Come forward into plank. Lower down to chaturanga, up into up dog. Back into downward facing dog. And left foot comes forward. In between your hands, right foot plants. Back into warrior one. Inhale up, exhale, warrior two. And let's bring it back into warrior one. So you may notice you may need to slide this right foot off to the side a little more so you can get the hips square to the mat. Shift your weight to your left foot. Right leg floats up behind you. Left palm flips up. It's optional, by the way. Right hand reaches back, finds the foot. Stretch it out. And we didn't do this on the other side, but you may even want to try a diving dancer. Where you come down, back up, and all the way up. Inhale up, swan dive out. Exhale down. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale down. And let's hop or walk back into plank. Lower down to chaturanga, up into up dog. Flip the toes, back into down dog. And let's raise the right leg up. Bring the right foot forward in between your hands, left foot plants. And we're coming back into warrior one. Coming all the way up. From here, inhale up, swan dive out, exhale down. Once you're here, drop the hips. So slide that left foot back a little more, drop the hips. Bring your right hand to the left side of your foot, and we're gonna walk our hands back to our left feet. So left foot, so both feet are pointed towards, in my case, the ocean. So big bend in the left knee. Option here for more challenge, have your left hand on the left side of your foot, raise the right foot off the ground. Bring it down, lift up, walk the hands to the center, walk the hands off to your right, the right knee. And then we're going to pivot on both of the feet, bring the hands to the front. Plant the left foot, flatten the ground. Bring it back up into our warrior one. And from here, shift your weight to your right foot. And the left leg is going to sweep all the way around. I'm going to bring it into eagle. So your right elbow comes down, left elbow on top, palms of the hands meet. And then we come lower. So come lower and lower. Now the lower you go, easier it is to balance. And lower and lower and lower. And maybe you can even get all the way down so that your chest is resting on your left thigh. Unravel the legs. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale down. And hop or walk back into plank. Lower down to chaturanga, up into up dog. And let's push back into child's pose. Oh, come on. Here we go. Tuck the toes, back into down dog. And left leg reaches up. Left foot comes forward in between your hands. Right foot plants. Up and into warrior one. And from here, inhale up, swan dive out. Exhale down. Drop the hips, maybe slide that foot back a little more. Get the hips nice and low. And bring your hand to the inside. We're going to walk our hands back. Lower and lower. An option here for more challenge. See if you can raise that foot. This works psoas muscles. Works the core, the arms even. Bring it down. Lift up the hips. Walk the hands. Let's pause here this time. Wrap your hands around your ankles. Back up. And walk your hands off to the foot. Bring both hands to the front. Pivot on both feet. Plant the right foot flat on the ground. Bring it up. And warrior one. And let's try the arms first this time. Let's bring the left elbow down, right elbow on top, palms of the hands meet. Shift your weight to your left foot. Sweep that right leg all the way around. And again, coming lower and lower and lower. And if you can come all the way down, you can kind of clamp in, have your chest resting on your right thigh. It's kind of like two Lego blocks just clicking together. Pretty stable. Let's unravel the hands and unravel the feet. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale down. Let's see what we're doing for time. All right. And let's hop or walk back into plank. Lower down to chaturanga. Up into up dog. Flip the toes. Back into downward facing dog. So let's hop or walk back into standing forward fold. Sweep the arms up, bring the hips down, coming right into chair. So I promised you this would be an easier class, so we're going to do an easier second balance, arm balance. I like to keep to that format, 2 arm balances, 1 standing balance. And let's come lower and lower and lower, arms up a little higher. And we're going to drop right back into boat. So the hips come on the ground, arms come up and around. And we're back into boat. So let's release, come all the way forward, feet find the ground, hands all the way forward.
Great times were good. Are you guys able to?
And inhale up, let's bring the right foot in, right at the groin. Inhale all the way up. Exhale forward. Slide up. Bring the right hand behind you, left hand on the knee with the palm up. And we're going to lift up the hips and reach the arm all the way up and overhead. Release. Bring the hips down. Back to the front. Bring the knee up. And let's bring the foot all the way over. Right hand behind you again, left elbow into the knee, twist around. And let's twist around to the left. We're going to come back into baby grasshopper, which we did, I think, in video number 2. So I'm going to twist, pivot slightly so you can see what we're doing here. So you're going to twist off to your left, place the hands on the mat, and we're going to go into a couple of little mini push-ups here. So we come down and up, and what you want to do is lift up the hips so that your side seam of your pants, whatever, tights are on the mat and come down and up and down, up. And pull that foot in. Take the left arm and just kind of plant it close to the body. It's kind of like a wedge. Take the right arm, reach it up, reach it over, find that big toe. And let's just stretch out the hamstring a little more first. Pull the foot up. Get a good stretch there. Come back down. And now we're going to do that again. This time we're going to, again, make sure that your hips are really turned. Lift up the foot. Shift your weight to your right foot. And just see how much you can stand up. Might be too early in the morning for me. Lift up the hips and come down. Let's release. Bring both legs out in front. Inhale up. Exhale forward.
Final stage is going through red line.
And let's come up. Let's bring the left foot in. And again, inhale up. Exhale forward. Slide up. And left hand is going to come behind you. Right hand on the knee. Lift the hips up.
We're still working on getting up.
Knees, come back down. Lift up the knee, place the foot onto the opposite side of the leg. And again, left hand behind you, right elbow into the knee. Get yourself an extra. And turn back. We're going to turn off to the other side. And again, a couple of little mini push-ups just to lift up the hips. Turn so that you're on the seam of your right leg. Down and up. Maybe again, lift up, down, and pull up. This arm is going to stake up against the side of the body as a wedge. And let's just stretch out the hamstring again first. Lift up, come forward, find that toe, and pull it off the ground. So we're just getting a really nice stretch to the hamstring. Again, make sure that you're turned as much as you can, so you're on the hip. Foot is in nice and close, arm is in nice and close, top arm up and over. Shift your weight, lift up the foot, shift your weight to in this case, your left foot, and reach up. And come down. Let's release. Bring both legs all the way forward, inhale up. Exhale all the way down. And we're going to do a roll down, rounding the back, coming lower and lower and lower. And let's come all the way down, and legs are going to come up and up, straight up. Hold it here or lift up into shoulder stand. Legs can come overhead. And release, start to roll down, bringing the legs up. The hips come down, coming lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. Let's slide the feet in, plant the feet on the ground. And let's put your right ankle on your left knee. Grab a hold of your left knee and just pull it in. So this is kind of like an upside down pigeon. Some people do this instead of pigeon. Then stretch out that left leg, pull it in. And we're stretching out the left hamstring. Let's release. Foot in the ground, other foot in the ground. And left ankle on your right knee. Pull the right leg in. Stretch it up, pull it in again. And release, foot comes down, other foot comes down. And let's bring the legs straight up one last time. And let's start to lower the legs, going lower, and lower, and lower, and lower, and lower. And then finally all the way down, releasing the body. moving into your final Shavasana, letting your body release. Tuning in to breathing. And I think we're going to cut it off here because there's noise in the background. And you can finish your Shavasana on your own. Thank you very much. Namaste.